You put me against Paddy.
You think Paddy's going to beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's an animal. He could be the next Conor McGregor star.
I want that world title. All laugh all yous once and say I'll never be champ. You gang of mushrooms.
Like that kind of a star where the whole
He
world's
has
watching.
that weird personality.
Yes.
Yeah, he has that.
Well, he's very disarming because people, they see, I talked about this in the last pay-per-view. I said it's a very sneaky trick because guys like you look at you, the way you carry yourself, the way you, that's a fighter. Like you look at that guy's a dangerous motherfucker. But when you see Paddy, he's dancing like this, his hair is flopping around like he's in the Beatles. You know, he's like, he seems silly, but then he fucks people up.
Ilya or Paddy? I mean, the fight not happening. It's Justin or Paddy now. Paddy got to get past Justin. Justin a tough fight, bro. I don't know. A lot of people sleeping on Justin on the Paddy fight, which makes me ridiculous.
Damn, what could be next for Paddy? Ilya says he thinks Paddy kills Justin Gaethje. I don't think kill, dude. Justin Gaethje is so fucking solid. But again, 5-round fight, 2, 3, 4 rounds into the match, and Paddy does score a takedown. Now he's got maybe Justin Gaethje on his back in half guard.
That's very plausible. Justin forgets he fucking wrestles.
He definitely trains it, but you can see why Ilya thinks that a little bit. Plus, Justin Gaethje's 36, Paddy Pimblett's 30 years old. But again, you can't count Justin Gaethje out. He could knock Paddy the out.
I would lean towards Justin in that fight.
Paddy Pimblett sends shockwave.
Paddy Pimblett sends ripples through the MMA scene by openly declaring that he plans to knock out Justin Gaethje cold. He does not frame this as a hopeful prediction or trash talk for attention. He presents it with absolute confidence, insisting that the outcome will stun everyone watching. Pimblett positions himself as fully convinced of his capacity to finish one of the most dangerous strikers in the lightweight division.
But I think everyone's going to be shocked, to be honest, because I think I'm going to knock him out. So people won't expect that. People think I'm just going to try and grapple and take him down when I'm not. I'm going to come out and I'm going to put it on.
Expecting an early knockout, a late knockout, somewhere in the middle.
I don't see him getting past the third, just like Chandler.
Making it clear that he believes this moment will redefine how people view him at the elite level. Justin Gaethje also welcomes the opportunity to fight for a second interim title at UFC 324 and treats it as a gateway to something bigger. He views the situation as a chance to force his way into a future showdown with Ilia Topuria. At the same time, he embraces the role of the disruptor, positioning himself as the spoiler who thrives in moments like this.
I know the last time you won that interim belt, you threw it on the ground in the cage, says it wasn't the priority for you. Do you have different feelings towards it this time and what it could mean at this point in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that it wasn't the priority. It was that I knew Khabib was next. And if I was going to sit there and think that I was any kind of champion with that belt, with Khabib being next, I think I was, going to be foolish. I needed that mindset to prepare for that fight, and he beat me. And but ultimately, like I said, this gets us paid as a champion, and it definitely gives me the chance to fight Ilya. I want to fight Ilya. I want to play spoiler just like I did in Khabib and Tony. I'm gonna f this up for everybody, and there's gonna be no Paddy and Ilya. I'm gonna do the same thing I did for that fight, and then I'm gonna fight Ilya on the White House card if he's ready to fight again. We'll see when he's ready again.
Much like when he derailed the long-awaited Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson fight. Justin Gaethje is taking a day-by-day approach as he prepares for UFC 324. He's focused on putting in the work each day, building his readiness, and says he'll enter the fight fully prepared and confident to knock out Paddy Pimblett and claim his title shot on the White House card. Justin Gaethje said, "It's one day at a time for now. I'm going to work my ass off."
I added an extra workout on Mondays, so now I have 3 workouts, and I really tear my body down so I can. And then Tuesday, I have sparring and sprints. Wednesday, similar to today, but it's only 2 workouts. And then Thursday and Friday is only 1 workout, but very high intense workouts. And so I think I'm going to be, I really knew for a fact that I was going to fight in the future, so I was, doing everything I could to be in the best shape of my life.
The days will add up, and I'll be very ready and confident in my ability to knock Paddy out and earn my title shot on the White House card. That's the plan. Justin Gaethje has stepped up his preparation for the Paddy Pimblett fight, adding an extra training session on Mondays to push his body harder and sharpen his skills even more. On the flip side, Daniel Cormier believes that with Islam Makhachev no longer at lightweight,
I think that Arman Tsarukyan is doing everything he needs to do to stay active. Listen, man, this guy might just be the best lightweight in the world. Since Islam's gone, he's really good, man. He's big, he's strong, he's physical. The champion, Ilia Topuria, is tremendous. I think Ilia and Arman are the two best guys in the world. I think they need a fight at some point because I think Paddy Pimblett is awesome. Justin Gaethje is awesome. Arman and Ilya seem to have something, and not only something in terms of skill, but between the two that we could build a great fight around, right? So yeah, I think Arman's fantastic though, man. He's good. He looked great against Dan Hooker too.
Arman Tsarukyan may be the best fighter in the division. He places Tsarukyan alongside Ilia Topuria, highlighting that both stand out not just because of their skill, but because of the momentum and intrigue they bring to the weight class. In Cormier's view, there is something special about a potential matchup between the two. And it is a fight that makes sense for the future of the division, and one the UFC can strongly build around. Arman Tsarukyan also views himself as the UFC lightweight champion already, with his name sitting at number 1.
Do you see a guy currently in the UFC or in the future of the UFC having 3 belts before it's all said and done? 3 different weight classes. Maybe it's a Khamzat Chimaev, maybe it's an Alex Pereira, maybe it's somebody else. Do you see it happening, Uriah?
I could say Ilia Topuria. That guy, I mean, with his skill set, he seems to have some crazy power that could translate to the higher weight classes. Because, you know, the only thing you're combating when you go up and down weight classes, I did the same thing. I was a world champion at 145 pounds, top contender for years at 135 pounds. You're just fighting different battles. It's you're a little bit faster when you're the smaller guy. You're a little bit stronger when you're the bigger guy. But it really comes down to technique, willpower, and the fighting spirit. And I think Ilia right now, he has those.
He treats the belt as an inevitability rather than a goal. In his mind, the work has been done, the position is earned, and what remains is only the official moment when the title is placed around his waist. Arman Tsarukyan said, "Number 1, next to my name for a reason. The belt is just a formality at this point."
He's been calling out Ilya. Who would fight? Who would win that fight, you reckon?
Oh, I think there's a reason that Ilya doesn't really want to get in the octagon with him. I think Arman's a problem, and it's everyone in the division is kind of ducking him at the moment. You know, Ilya's taking some time off. And then the other two don't want to fight him. Paddy and Gaethje, they both don't want to fight Arman, so now they're fighting each other. So he's kind of just left in the lurch. Maybe I'll get past BSD, and I think I'll be the only guy to put my hand up to run it back with Arman.
On the other hand, Urija Faber believes Ilia Topuria has a stronger chance of becoming a 3-division champion than Khamzat Chimaev or Alex Pereira. He points to Topuria's skill set and notes that his remarkable power could carry effectively into higher weight classes.
Voy a preguntarte directamente. Toda la gente dice que tienes miedo de Arman y te tengo que preguntar por eso.
Yeah. Bueno, al final ya sabes lo que pienso sobre la opinión de los demás. Arman, bueno, es un buen luchador, ha tenido sus oportunidades en las que se ha negado a competir, ha tenido su oportunidad de pelear por el campeonato del mundo, se ha retirado del combate. Todos los luchadores hemos enfrentado dolores de espalda, dolores de brazo, de pierna, de todo, y aún así nos hemos presentado en el combate. Él por alguna razón no. Y él sabe cuál ha sido esa conversación interna. Tal vez se ha tenido que cambiar los calzones después de tomar esa decisión.
Meanwhile, Dan Hooker argues that Ilia Topuria shows little interest in fighting Arman Tsarukyan. He frames Tsarukyan as one of the toughest stylistic matchups in the division and believes many contenders are avoiding him.
Tú ves que tienes una persona enfrente a la que le estás dando cariño, en la que estás invirtiendo el dinero que realmente te está devolviendo las cosas de esa manera, al final tú le seguirías dando cariño.
No.
Bueno, pues eso es lo que están haciendo. Lo que han dicho, se han sentado en una mesa y ¿sabe lo que han dicho? Que le den por el culo a Arman. Así que Arman, desde aquí, que te den por el culo.
From Hooker's perspective, Ilya's absence from competition reflects hesitation, suggesting he sees Arman as a serious and dangerous threat. However, Ilia Topuria dismissed claims that he is avoiding Arman Tsarukyan, responding with sarcasm rather than concern. He questioned Arman's reliability, suggesting that real contenders don't make excuses when faced with challenges. Topuria framed the criticism as noise, turning the moment into a test of toughness rather than skill. Ilia Topuria also tried to mock Arman Tsarukyan, removing any pretense of respect between them. He framed the situation as more than typical trash talk, signaling that his tolerance for Arman as a rival was gone. The tone made it clear the rivalry had turned openly hostile, setting the stage for intense clashes ahead. Arman Tsarukyan fires back at Ilia Topuria, calling out the gap between Topuria's words and actions.
Do you feel like with Arman Tsarukyan, just before I get off him, do you feel like he would have beaten Ilia Topuria had they fought for the actual undisputed title?
I mean, he's going to be a problem for Ilya for sure. I mean, his wrestling is legit. His grappling's legit. We really get to see how good Ilya is, on the ground in that space, because he's good, but Arman's elite. So I don't know. We'll see how that all works.
From Arman's perspective, someone claiming to step away for personal reasons shouldn't keep inserting themselves into headlines. He frames the situation as hypocrisy rather than rivalry, making it clear he doesn't take Topuria's words seriously before delivering his blunt criticism. Arman Tsarukyan said, "You're talking about taking time off from fighting to fix your family issues, but it looks like you have plenty of free time for all these interviews."
Do you want to see him and Arman?
Yeah, the whole world wants to see Arman and Ilya.
Who do you got?
Fight.
Be honest.
No,
be honest.
That's the fight.
Who do you got?
I'm be honest.
Be honest.
I'm be honest. I didn't want to see him and Arman because Arman was one of us and stuff now. Because I feel like Topuria hands might be a problem. But everybody said that there's no problem for Arman. His Topuria's like striking and his wrestling and
he's confident.
Yeah.
He's confident. He's been working hard. He's a hard worker. I seen him the way he works. He's tough.
I don't think anybody could touch Arman. And I'm not saying that because I glaze him because he's my friend. I think Arman, his cardio, I think his cardio is incredible. I think his wrestling's incredible. But I think Arman is a true mixed martial artist. People don't get to see this from him. He has so much power and technique from his kicking to his wrestling to his striking, but he's able to put them together so seamlessly.
You're a joke, El Pinocho. Luke Rockhold believes Arman Tsarukyan presents a serious problem for Ilya Topuria because of his elite grappling. He points to Arman's wrestling and overall ground game as a level above.
How do you feel about that fight?
Against Topuria, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough one. It's a very tough one. Can Arman beat him? 100% he can. Yeah, he can beat him.
Yes, for sure.
How? Mix up the striking with the wrestling.
Framing the matchup as a true test of how strong Ilya really is on the mat. While acknowledging that Ilya is skilled on the ground, Rockhold views Arman as operating in a different tier, where his grappling could force exchanges that reveal a clear separation between good and elite. Rampage Jackson admitted he initially had concerns about the matchup.
Arman is very, he's very vocal about wanting to be next, to fight for the belt, to fight Ilya. Do you think he should be next?
Hey, Ariel, you know me, I don't like Arman Tsarukyan that much, I don't have nothing against him, but to be honest, right now, he is the guy to fight for the belt. I think with the performance that he had, and if you watch his record on UFC, like he only lost to Ganra, and that was a very hard fight. There was a split decision, if I remember. Maybe I'm mistaken, but there was a close fight, and then he lost to Makhachev on his debut, like with very short notice. So the guy against Joel Alvarez, he did a very good job, and now he beat Charles. Was a split decision too, but after that one, I think he's the #1 contender. I think he should be fighting for the title next.
Citing Topuria's striking and confidence as potential challenges, even while understanding why fans are eager for the fight. In contrast, Bear DeGidio fully backs Arman Tsarukyan, praising his work ethic, elite cardio, wrestling, and seamless integration of striking and grappling.
Like Arman should have been way over Gaethje, and I feel like Arman should be way over Paddy, but he does have that hiccup. So what does he do? Does he sit out? Or does he go out there and make his case? Get another one of these top 5 guys, Arman, I say, take their head off because there's nobody there that could beat him, and keep him moving, brother. Then they can't deny you. I think he has to go out there, just beat somebody else, and not even Dana White could say, no, I'm not giving this guy a title shot. After that, there's no way, And the fight to see in 2026 is Arman versus Ilya. Those are the best guys at 155 pounds right now.
From DeGidio's perspective, Arman is a far more complete mixed martial artist than many realize, making the fight far more competitive than it might seem at first glance.
Можно сказать, запасным, но неофициально запасным на бой против Гейджи. То есть, если кто-то из них травмируется, то я буду готов залететь за неделю, за 10 дней, за 5 дней. То есть, я буду подводить свой вес, да, я не буду гонять его в день взвешивания. Но если я им понадоблюсь, то я буду там. Из-за этого нужно мне держать форму, тренироваться, делать спарринги и постараться не травмировать себя в этих схватках. но при этом же выложиться на 100%, чтобы люди обрадовались, пришли посмотреть за красивым зрелищной схваткой. И отдохну после уже боя Пимблетт-Gaethje.
Manny Gambarian also weighs in on a potential Arman Tsarukyan versus Ilia Topuria matchup, describing it as dangerous but very winnable for Arman. He views the key as blending striking with wrestling and frames it as a fight.
De los más emocionantes para el público. Y Justin dice, yo les voy a echar el plan a perder al UFC y voy a pelear con Ilia en la Casa Blanca. ¿Te gusta esa idea? Porque obviamente Justin es de los candidatos, porque es estadounidense, porque ha estado cercano al presidente Trump, etc.
La verdad que yo siempre acepto la voluntad de Dios, lo que Él quiera que pase para mí será bueno. Si gana Paddy, si gana Justin Gaethje, realmente si gana Justin Gaethje, la UFC tiene planes diferentes de las que no puedo hablar en este momento. Pero bueno, si me ofrecieran pelear con Justin Gaethje en la Casa Blanca, también sería un combate muy emocionante para mí. Sería algo que me ilusionaría muchísimo. No sé qué tan capaz va a ser de arruinar los planes de la UFC y los planes de Paddy Pimblett. Lo va a tener bastante difícil, no imposible, así que le deseo toda la suerte. Pero no sé si tendrá tanta suerte ganándole a Paddy Pimblett, porque después se va a tener que encerrar en un octógono conmigo y no sé si eso es tener mucha suerte.
Where Tsarukyan possesses all the necessary tools to emerge on top. Mix up the striking with the wrestling. Moreover, Renato Moicano believes Arman Tsarukyan deserves the next title shot, even if he isn't personally a big fan.
Renato, Paddy Pimblett en contra de Justin Gaethje. Una pelea que tú incluso anticipaste que podría pasar, ¿no? Que tal vez para que Paddy mereciera la pelea de campeonato contigo, tenía que ganarle a Justin. ¿Cómo la ves? ¿Cómo te tomó la decisión de UFC?
Muy bien, muy contento. La verdad que yo tuve la conversación previamente antes con la UFC, sabía lo que estaba sucediendo, mantuvimos algunas conversaciones. Por mi situación personal sabían que yo no pudiera competir en enero, bueno, pues todas las cosas que engloba una situación personal por la que estoy pasando, y al final decidieron hacer el combate por el título interino entre Paddy Pimblett y Justin Gaethje. A mí me parece muy merecido para ambos, es un título bastante válido, bastante merecido, es lo más cerca que van a estar los dos de tener un campeonato del mundo. Le felicito a los dos, pero...
He notes that Arman's only notable losses were a close split decision to Gamrot and a short-notice debut against Makhachev. Since then, Arman has delivered solid performances, including a narrow win over Charles, and Moicano feels he has proven himself worthy of a shot at the belt. Jorge Masvidal also backs Arman Tsarukyan.
For the interim belt, who do you think wins that fight?
Paddy. Only because Justin doesn't want another interim belt. I mean, like, it's just it. You could tell, like, as soon as, like, when we were fighting, like, I prepared for a different guy. Like, I'd be real. And it was like, I wanted to go in there and, like, just, that's not about me anyways. We'll talk about Gaethje and Paddy. Paddy's not bad, dude. Paddy's not bad. He's very beatable, and Gaethje's very beatable as well. But when it goes into the passion and how upsetting Justin Gaethje has always been about not getting that real title shot, and they just keep dangling it right there again.
Arguing that he's being held back despite clearly ranking among the division's elite. Masvidal frames Arman as a top lightweight and urges him to keep defeating high-level opponents to make his status undeniable, positioning him as a key figure in the future of the division.
I mean, Paddy's in for a new treat, right? Paddy's the one that's never fought for a belt. He's going in there. He's going to be trying to, get that stuff. He's going to feel a little bit more fresher. He's going to have that little bit of excitedness, in my opinion. So if I was going to the book and I was going to try to place the bet, I mean, I would go with the new kid that's going in there and that's going in there for the new opportunity rather than the old kid that fought for the belt, disrespected it, threw it on the fucking ground, and didn't give a shit for it. In my mentality, that's how he's going to be again. It's going to go for Paddy, in my opinion. So best of luck for both of them. I'll knock each other.
On the other hand, Arman Tsarukyan has positioned himself as the standby for UFC 324, staying ready to step in if any issues arise between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett before the fight. Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria thinks that the UFC may have backup plans for Justin Gaethje if he beats Paddy Pimblett.
Versus Justin Gaethje, it's gonna be interesting fight because we know Paddy Pimblett, he does know jiu-jitsu, grappling. If they go striking, I think Justin will beat him. But if they if they try more grappling, then Paddy got this, and who knows what they're gonna do, you know? Either what kind of fights they will show. And yeah, I don't know who will be winning. Both can win.
But he didn't reveal any details and questioned whether Gaethje could actually interfere with those plans. Ilia Topuria also accepts that both Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett have earned the interim title shot. He explains the UFC's decision came due to his own personal circumstances.
Whoever wins that fight, whether it is Paddy or Justin, how do you think they fare against when Ilia is ready to return?
Yeah, they have no chance against Ilia. Either Paddy or Justin, you know. Ilia, very good champion. We know he hits hard, and also he is good wrestler, good jiu-jitsu.
Preventing him from competing in January, and says he's happy for both fighters, viewing the matchup as well-deserved. Furthermore, Tony Ferguson believes Paddy Pimblett enters his upcoming fight with a mental edge, driven by the hunger of a fighter chasing his first major opportunity. In contrast, Justin Gaethje carries the weight of past title losses. Ferguson sees this motivation giving Paddy an advantage and views him as the one ready to step into a new chapter, while still wishing both fighters well as they prepare for the bout. Tony Ferguson points to Paddy Pimblett's hunger as a key factor, noting he's chasing his first major opportunity, while Justin Gaethje carries the burden of past title losses. Ferguson believes this drive gives Paddy an edge and views him as the one stepping into a new chapter, though he still wishes both fighters well as they prepare for the bout. Merab Dvalishvili thinks the interim lightweight title fight between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje will be fascinating. He points out that Gaethje may have the advantage if the fight stays on the feet, while Pimblett could shine if it goes to grappling. Merab emphasizes that the outcome is tough to predict, as the fight could realistically swing either way. Merab Dvalishvili believes the winner of Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje will face a formidable challenge against Ilia Topuria. He describes Topuria as a dominant fighter with powerful striking, strong wrestling, and elite jiu-jitsu, leaving very few openings for either contender to find success. That's all we have from today's video, and we hope you enjoyed it. Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing MMA videos.